Hi, how are you all? I hope you are all safe at home. Welcome back to my channel, Life is Mathematical Equation. Today we are going to start our topic number theory. So, if you talk about number theory, first of all, you should know about all the numbers what we are using in our daily life. Those we can say natural numbers, or else we can say counting numbers. We are doing so many operations with all these numbers. Already we have learned fundamental operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all these. In this topic today, first of all, we are going to start topic that is called division algorithm. See, what is division algorithm? What is Euclid division lemma? So, before going to know this topic, you all know the division. Suppose you take any two numbers, natural numbers, 2 and 8. I am going to do the division of 2 and 8. So, what is 8, what is 2, and what is the relation between all these, whatever we are getting, quotient and remainder we have learned in the previous classes. So, you know already know about 2 4s are 8, the remainder is 0, 4 is the quotient or remainder is 0, 8 is the dividend and 2 is the divisor. You take any two numbers, suppose 3 and 9. I am going to divide 9 with 3. Here it is 3 times, it is 0 remainder. If you take one more example, 4 and 15. Observe all these operations, whatever we have done doing. So 4 3 is 12. It is to be completed. Now the remainder is 3. So observe all the divisions. We can take so many examples of divisions with natural numbers. We can observe the divisor, dividend, quotient and remainder. The relationship between the natural numbers, so we can have the division process. If you take any two natural numbers A and B, there exist two another numbers Q and R. Those two are quotient and remainder. And what are the relations of these? The remainder is always, if you observe, it is equal to 0 or always less than the divisor. So that is the relationship between the quotient and remainder with two natural numbers A and B. That is what we are going to discuss, the division lemma. You observe this one. If you take any two natural numbers A and B, so what is the relationship between A and B when we are going to do the division? Suppose I am going to take the example 3 and 8. 3 2s are 6, the remainder is 2. So here what we are observing, the quotient is 2 and the remainder is 2. Here we are not getting the remainder is 0. So in this time what we have to observe is, the remainder should be always less than the divisor. So that is what Euclid division lemma. When the remainder should be 0, then this should be a multiple of this one, or either this is a divisor or factor of this one. So A and B should be either multiples or divisor of those A and B. So whenever it is not getting the remainder 0, then what we have to observe, the remainder should be always less than the divisor. That is what A is equal to BQ plus R, and R is always 0 is less than or equal to R less than B. That means either it is equal to 0 or always less than the remainder. So that is what we can say Euclid's division algorithm. You all know about the numbers. What are the numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all numbers, we can say counting numbers, or else we can say natural numbers. If you observe all these numbers except 1, if you observe all the numbers, what are all these numbers? If you take 2, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 4. We are getting the successor and we can get the predecessor also, but there is no predecessor of the 1 in the natural numbers. Okay. Now we are going to discuss a concept of the numbers, about what are the different types of numbers. First of all, you take about prime numbers. What are prime numbers? Prime numbers means these are the numbers which are all greater than 1, and there should not be divisible by any of the number except that itself. Okay. So if you observe, 2 is a number, 3 is a number, 4 is a number, 5 is a number. These, if you observe 2 is divisible by 2 and also divisible by 1. So this is a prime number. And 3 also divisible by 1 and 3 only. That itself and also it is all, every number is divisible by 1. But if you take 4, if you observe 4, it is divisible by 1, it is divisible by 2, 2 is the factor, 4 is the factor, it has more than 2 factors. So that is why it's not a prime number. If you take 5, 5 also a prime number. Why? Because it is divisible by 1 and itself. So this type of numbers we can say prime numbers. Few more examples. If you take 13. So 13 is a number, it is only divisible by 1 and 13. It is only divisible by 13. Now if you observe 14, we can have the factors also for 14. We can write it as 1 into 14. We can write it as 2 into 7. So if you observe 14 is not a prime number. Why? Why? Because it is having more than 2 factors. What we are saying about prime numbers is always having factors are 1 and itself. There is no factors other than 1 and itself. Those numbers we can say prime numbers. So we can write it, prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, etc. We can write so many prime numbers if you observe the factors of those. Okay. What are composite numbers? Composite numbers means the number which are not prime, neither 1. Those numbers we can say composite numbers. Suppose you take 1. 1 should not be a composite number. Neither 1 nor prime. So we can take the prime numbers also. So what are the numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4. All these are numbers, you know. 1 is not a composite. 2 is a prime. 3 is a prime. So these not be a composite. So from the first onwards, 4 onwards, we have the composite number. Next 5 is not a composite number. Why? Because it is a prime number. So you have to take the next one, 6. And 7 is not a composite number. It is a prime number. So next one is 8 and next 9. So we can write composite numbers from the starting 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 and 11 is not a composite. It is a prime number. So you can write like this. We can have the composite number starting with the number is 4. So these are very, very important concept we are learning in the number theory. Next we are going to the next topic. Next, if you observe the odd numbers, even numbers, the even numbers we can define as the numbers which are divisible by 2. And we can have the division of 0 also, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. All these are even numbers and 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. All these are odd numbers, even numbers. We can define. These are in the form of 2n and these are in the form of 2n plus 1 form. So these are all we discussed now. Even numbers, odd numbers, composite numbers, prime numbers. But if you observe prime numbers, we have the one type of discussion in the prime numbers. If you observe these numbers, what we are observing is pairs. Combination of two numbers. Here we are having 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 29, 31. All these numbers are actually prime numbers. You all know prime numbers. Those will not be divisible by any of the numbers except 1 and itself. So what is the relationship between 5 and 7, 11 and 13? If you observe means these are having the difference of 2. These differ by, the difference is 2. 7 minus 5, 13 minus 11, 19 minus 17 and 31 minus 29. All these are, if you observe, these are differ by 2. So the numbers which are prime numbers, which are difference is 2, those pairs are, we can say, twin primes. What are these? Twin primes. In the number theory, prime numbers topic is very, very important. You should know everything about the prime numbers, what are twin primes, co-primes, everything you should know all these topics in this video, okay? Up to now, we have learned the number theory, what are the numbers in the number theory, different numbers, even numbers, odd numbers, composite numbers, prime numbers, and twin primes. We have discussed all these topics. If you see all these numbers, how these are divisible by the different numbers. Now we are going to know about the divisibility rules, okay? What are the divisibility rules we are using in our divisions? See, first of all, if you take any number, that should be divisible by 2 or not. How to observe the number should be divisible by 2. For this, what we have to see, I am going to take the 13, 14 and 8, whatever it may be. You can take 1 digit, 2 digit or 3 digit number. 27, 112. So these are all numbers I am taking my examples. First of all, what you have to see, observe the divisibility rule of 2. So this number should be divisible by 2 or not. How to observe means, you have to see the number's last digit. That means units place. What is the units place is here 2. What is the units place is here 3. What is the units place is 4. Here only one digit you have to observe the last, that digit only. And here is the 7. So that should be the multiple of 2. Otherwise we can say it is divisible by 2, we have to observe. So 2 is divisible by 2, you all know. So 3 should not be divisible by 2 exactly. I am talking about the exactly. That means we should have the remainder 0. And 4 should not be divisible by 2. Yes, it's divisible by 2. 8 is divisible by 2. 7 should not be divisible exactly by 2. So from this we can have the divisibility rule of 2 is we have to check the last digit should be multiple of 2 or it is divisible by 2. So this is divisible by 2 and this is divisible by 2, this is divisible by 2. These two should not be divisible by 2. This is the divisibility rule of 2. So from this what we can observe, divisibility rule of 2 is the last digit should be the 2 divisible means. So 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. All these digits we can have the divisibility rule of 2. It means 20, 30, 36, 38, 48, 128. All these numbers are last digit should be 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Then it should be divisible by exactly by 2. So this is why we can have the another divisibility rule of 3. So how to do the divisibility rule of 3? A number should be divisible by 3 means what you have to check means you have to see the number and add all the sum of the digits. Suppose I am going to take this number 123, 84, 97. So these numbers should be divisible by 3. What how to do? You have to add all the digits. 2 plus 4 is 6. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. 8 plus 4 is equal to 12. 9 plus 7 is equal to 16. So you have to do the sum of these two digits. Sum of these three digits. Sum of the digits of the number should be exactly divisible by 3. Then the number is always divisible by 3. So 24 is divisible by 3. And 123 also divisible by 3. 84 also divisible by 3. But 97 is not divisible by 3. So this is why how we can easily do the divisions by using this divisibility rules. Actually, after learning 2 divisibility rule and 3 divisibility rule, we can learn the 4 divisibility rule. But why I am telling the divisibility rule of 6 means, if you know the divisibility rule of 2 and 3, you can easily do the divisibility rule of 6. Why? Because if you take any number 26 or 36 or 42, whatever the numbers you take, that should be divisible by 6 or not. We have to check the divisibility rule of 2 and 3. Why? Because 6 is the multiple of 2 into 3. So we have to check the divisibility rule of 2 and 3 both. Then only it should be divisible by 6. So first of all you have to check 26 is divisible by 2 and 3. Then it should be divisible by 6. So 26 is divisible by 2. Yes, it is divisible by 2. But it is not divisible by 3. Why? Because 2 plus 6 is equal to 8. 8 is not divisible by 3. So whenever it is not divisible by 3, it is only divisible by 2. It is not divisible by 6. Yes, that should be the divisibility rule of 6. It should be divisible by both 2 and 3. Then the number should be divisible by 6. If you take 36, 36 is having the last digit is 6. It is divisible by 2. And also 3 plus 6, 9. It is also divisible by 3. So the number 36 is divisible by 6. The same way you take 42 also. last digit is 2, so it is divisible by 2, and 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. This is divisible by 3. Both 2 and 3 it is divisible, so it is divisible by 6. So this is the method we are using for the divisibility rule of 6. Now the divisibility rule of 4. So how to check the number should be divisible by 4 or not means we have to check the last 2 digits. That means units place and tens place. I am going to give few examples. 28, 432, 196. These are the numbers I am giving you examples. So for this what you have to check is last 2 digits. That means ones place and tens place. Units place and tens place. Here is the last 2 digits is 24. That is the 24 is divisible by 4. It is a multiple of 4. So it is exactly divisible by 4. So what is the rule of divisibility 4 is we have to check the units place and tens place. Here 28 is divisible by 4 exactly. So it is the divisible by 4. And here is the last 2 digits is 32. It is also divisible by 4. Exactly divisible by 4. So here is 96. If you see 96 is divisible by 4. If you want to do the division, we can do the division. It is also divisible by 4. So the 196 is also divisible by 4. So these are all the divisibility rules we have learned 2, 3, 6, 4 up to now. Now next video we will discuss about the remaining divisibility rules. I hope you all understood the class. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you all.